You know, while all eyes have been on Silicon Valley, something massive has been quietly building in the world of artificial intelligence. It's a revolution that's been happening right under our noses, and it's a story that's gone almost completely untold.
The truth is, a really fundamental shift has just taken place in the global AI landscape, and almost nobody has noticed. We're about to walk through the evidence, piece by piece, that shows how India has, without a doubt, become a global AI superpower.
So how did this all happen? Well, it wasn't an accident. It started with a very deliberate, very strategic decision. And that first key move was to forge a true national AI champion.
They picked a single company, Saram AI, and gave it a huge job: build India's very own foundational large language model. And when I say huge, I mean a 70 billion parameter model. To give you some perspective, that puts it right up there in the same league as some of the most powerful and well-known models in the world.
Now, this wasn't just a dream. It was backed with some serious firepower. The government stepped in with nearly 5,000 of the best GPUs money can buy, Nvidia H100s. We're talking the exact same top-tier hardware that every major AI lab on the planet is fighting for. An investment like that, well, it tells you this is a massive national priority.
So, all that backing, what did it actually produce? Real, tangible, cutting-edge results. I'm talking about things like Shaka V1, the country's first ever native audio language model, and Bulbul V2, a text-to-speech engine that is so advanced it is genuinely difficult to tell it apart from a human voice. This isn't just theory. This is tech that's already deployed.
But look, a great model is only one piece of the puzzle. You also need the infrastructure to support it. That brings us to the second pillar of India's strategy, solving the biggest bottleneck in AI today, which is, of course, the insane cost of computing power.
This really lays out the problem and the absolutely brilliant solution. For the longest time, Indian startups were paying global cloud companies up to 250 rupees for every hour of GPU time. The India AI mission just came in and completely undercut that, offering the same access for just 115 rupees. It is impossible to overstate how big of a deal this is. Slashing the cost by 50 to 60% basically democratized AI development overnight. It opened the floodgates for a whole wave of innovation by getting these powerful tools into the hands of so many more people.
Now, this third pillar shows that this whole strategy goes way beyond just commercial apps. India is proving out its AI capabilities in one of the highest stakes arenas you can possibly imagine, the modern battlefield. During Operation Sindhur, which was India's first ever AI-enabled military op, the system achieved a staggering 94% targeting accuracy. I mean, that's not just a small improvement, that is a complete paradigm shift in how you conduct operations.
So here's how they did it. The Army fed 26 years' worth of surveillance data into its AI models. The AI then just churned through that mountain of data and started generating predictive heat maps, showing where enemy movements were most likely to occur. That's what enabled that kind of surgical, 94% accurate targeting. All right, this fourth and final pillar really highlights an advantage that might be unique to India, and that's the ability to stress test AI, not in some clean lab, but out in the real world with a massive civilian population, proving that it works at a scale that basically no one else can match. The Mahakumbh pilgrimage is a perfect example. They rolled out an AI translator app called Bashini. It got over 500,000 downloads. It handled millions of real-time queries across 10 different languages. This was, for all intents and purposes, the world's largest public AI test, and it was a massive success. So you take these four pillars and put them together: a sovereign model, democratized infrastructure, proven military tech, and unmatched scale for testing. When you do that, the conclusion is just undeniable. India is now a major player on the global AI stage, period. This really isn't just about making progress anymore. This is India pulling up a chair and taking its seat at the global AI table. The country is no longer just a part of the conversation. It's now in a position to help define what comes next. And what this all creates is a huge competitive edge, giving Indian startups access to vast, diverse, and unique local data sets that global competitors simply cannot touch. And in the world of AI, that data is the most valuable fuel there is. We're no longer asking what happens when a billion people get access to AI. We are watching it happen in real time. An entire population is shifting from being just consumers of technology to becoming creators and innovators. And this kind of transformation doesn't just change the AI landscape, it completely redefines it.